SADC's aspirations to become an inclusive, competitive and middle to high-income industrialized region is set out in its Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan adopted in 2020 for the next 10 years. The leaders are expected to review progress in implementation during the 42nd Ordinary Summit. But with only 8 years to go before the plan expires, the question of complete regional integration is still on the table for discussion. SADC's former manager for media and public affairs says firm and honest discussions should ensue when leaders convene in Kinshasa.
The main problem that we have with SADC is the skewed development of countries. Some countries are well off in terms of infrastructure. Some countries are not. And even the resources that SADC has as a group, there are quite many, but if you look at various different countries, some countries do not have those kind of resources. They might be good in agriculture and others, for example, in Malawi. So by 2008, the SADC free trade area should have kicked in, but it didn't. By 2010, you were supposed to have the common currency, and then you're supposed to have the common market in 2014. But we didn't get all those things, simply because constitutionally, you find that every country is managed by its own constitution. So when you come to the table, you have a particular interest to protect, a particular interest to promote.
The bloc, however, has made progress in eliminating barriers, including abolishing entry visas and other travel-related requirements. SADC's new executive secretary, during meetings at the Namibian State House, hinted that operations would not be considered business as usual.
It's also a process of how we report as the Secretariat to facilitate our principals, our heads of state, and our Council of Ministers, so that when they engage the times that they do, summit only comes once in August, so they focus on the core issues, which is regional integration. So we need to facilitate that by altering the way we report. So engagement is about that high level and how we are doing on matters of industrialization, infrastructure that drives regional integration and such aspects, as well as how we are dealing with issues that are affecting us now.
Political stability prevail in most member states. However, growing insecurity in the DRC, a political impasse in Eswatini, and terrorist attacks in Mozambique still plague the region.
Well, but all is not lost. All is not lost. Where there is intent, where there's a will, something will happen. And I believe possibly that if DRC takes over this coming summit for the next 1 year or so, hopefully they might be listened to. But the problem is, from which point will they be listened to? From individual interest countries or from the interest of the group as a whole?
The DRC, during its reign of SADC, plans to drive industrialization and resilient economic growth. Blanche Correses, NBC News.